This episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Death Wish Hot Rods and Customs. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. Andy, brother, crazy Tuesday night.
Yeah,
in Australia. You're in Australia, right?
I'm in Melbourne right now. Yeah, I'm very English, but I'm living in Melbourne. Yeah.
Oh, how long you been here for?
5.5 years, believe it or not. Yeah.
Are you ready to jump shit, or you like?
No. I mean, I'm ready to visit England again. That's for sure. It's been a long time. I think it's been 3.5 years since I've seen family.
Dude, sorry.
So, yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, and obviously with lockdown and everything. But no, me and my girlfriend seems to be pretty set up here now. So I think we might be here to stay. I don't know. I don't really want to say that, but you know,
we're not going to let you leave now, mate.
No, that's what everyone says. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
So how'd you end up down here?
Well, it was kind of a point in both my life and my girlfriend's life where we were just like, nothing's really working. I just quit my 9 to 5 to be. We're not live on the podcast now, are we?
No.
We should save it. We should be saving this stuff. This is this is good stuff for the podcast. Anyway, I'll just quickly briefly tell you. Basically, it was just a matter of my girlfriend being like, let's get the fuck out of England, basically. And I was like, I don't want to, but go on then, let's give it a go. And we haven't really, it's been all right. Melbourne's been kind to me, definitely. So,
that's awesome.
Can't complain. Yeah, can't complain. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, man, I got to say, we're pretty damn keen that you're hitting the road.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Exciting. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very nervous as well because I haven't played. My God, it'll be like 3.5 years since I played on stage.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it's going to be a bit of an interesting experience.
So how are you prepping for that? How it's going to be? We're all really keen to see what you've got cooked up for us.
Yeah.
For this run.
Gosh, I'm prepping by playing basically more guitar than I've ever played in my life. I'm just playing guitar, as I sleep at the moment, pretty much, because I've still got all the other guitaring I got to do, and now I've stupidly committed to this tour, which means I've got another hour a night of guitar at least, just practicing the set list. And I'll be honest with you, my memory is shot to pieces. I don't remember my own stuff. I have to really religiously practice things for music videos and stuff because I just forget them the next day. I'll practice for a month for a music video and I'll absolutely nail it. And then 2 days later, I'll pick the guitar up and go, I wonder if I remember that song. It's gone. It's terrible. Yeah, it's awful. It's terrible. Yeah.
I think a lot of, you wouldn't be alone there.
Yeah, I hope not.
You're cramming a lot into your brain.
Yeah, this isn't easy to play. Honestly, this is not easy to play, mate.
No.
It's bad. It's bad. I've done myself a bad one here. I'm in trouble, mate. I tell you, I'm in real trouble.
Well, who have you got? Of course, I mean we're talking about the Be'lakor and Orpheus Omega tour.
Yeah.
And man, who you got playing with you? Who's your band for this run?
Well, I was originally just thinking Mr. iPod would be me. Just bust that out and plug into the aux of the PA. But no, we're going full band. It's going full on. And I've got my main man, Ryan Huffnance, on second guitar. He's playing second fiddle, really. It's not given too much credit. And then we've got Frankie Demuru. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Probably not. On drums. Frankie is an unbelievable drummer. I don't really know him. I think he's from Sardinia. Don't know where I found him, but I dug him up. He's on drums. And then bizarrely, we've got Leon from Orpheus and Chris from Orpheus doing bass.
Oh, there you go.
So they're gonna kind of, run on and off stage halfway through the set. Not sure what's happening there. It's going to be a little bit interesting. But
you could have them both. Like Spinal Tap.
We could do
on the bass.
Yeah, and we could do stereo. But then Frankie will die if it's Spinal Tap. That's the problem. But then we've been thinking about that. It's funny. We've got a chat going with me, Chris, and the guys in Be'lakor, and it's like a private group chat where we're talking about just tour related stuff. And I entered the chat and already they just had Spinal Tap memes everywhere. As I think an homage to my Britishness. But I kind of appreciated it. I did.
You know what? They're awesome guys. Both the Orpheus and Be'lakor guys are like really cool guys. Are you making those from those guys from way back?
No, I've never met Be'lakor. Orpheus, absolutely, they're good friends of mine. Yeah, in fact, when I moved to Australia, I think I had a year where I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone at all. It was very lonely, probably the loneliest year of my life. And then suddenly met Chris from Orpheus, and it all just fell apart. I suppose it did in a way. My life fell apart when I met Chris, but then he sort of embraced me into the circle of Melodeath in Melbourne and those kind of bands. And I made some of the best friends I'll probably ever make in my life. So it's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. No, they are like the best.
They're great.
They really are.
So good. So good. Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to about hitting the road with them? Getting up?
Gosh, I'm looking forward to, I'm looking forward to playing live again. It's been a long time since I played live, about 3.5 years. By that point, I think it will be. So I'll have forgotten what it is to stand on a stage. But I'm looking forward to touring with good friends, like really good mates, because we've never done anything particularly musical together. As in, we've never toured. We've never really, obviously those lads can't really keep up with me. So music-wise, they're playing on a lower level. So it'd be nice for me to take them out on the road and show them what's what, show them a few things. Yeah, try and get their confidence up so they can move on to bigger and better things now. But seriously, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I've heard already there's going to be lots of pranks on the road, which I'm terrified of. I know I'm going to get a fake spider put in the bed or some shit. I know it's going to happen.
You just got to be prepared. You got to strike first.
Strike first, strike hard.
Man. Yeah. Look, they put the fake spider. You put the real spider.
I get the funnel web because we're playing in Sydney. So we'll have some funnel webs kicking around. Yeah,
they're everywhere.
Yeah, no brainer.
Yeah, just grab them and just a jar of funnel webs.
Do they come in jars? I think they probably do, don't they?
I guess there are every 7-Eleven. They're probably anywhere. So just make it happen.
Doesn't surprise me.
Tour cancelled. Everybody died.
The best. What a headline though. Every member of the tour dies due to funnel web, injuries.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, the paper will just have the funnel web.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be the most metal. Is that one of the most metal ways to go? Spider bite, I reckon.
Jar of funnel webs.
Jar of funnel webs. Yeah.
Gosh. Minute. That's the most brutal. No, don't.
I can't even think about it. When I think about spiders, I start to feels like my testicles go inside me for some reason, just out of fear. I'm not really sure why they're trying to hide. I suppose maybe that's like a defense mechanism against spider bites, but I'm not really sure why.
But of course, I mean, your first solo record came out in 2019, and that was called Neverafter.
Yeah.
Man, what an incredible record that was. And is this tour going to be mainly focused on that material, or is it going to be a bit of a mixed bag of...
Well, I thought I'd probably, I'd primarily be doing Orpheus Omega covers, just to really show them who's boss and play their stuff better than them. No, it's going to be Neverafter. I do have a new album coming out. Bizarrely, I'm prepping for the pre-sale to kick off imminently, and so I do have a new album coming, and it will probably be dropping There'll be a lot going on around the time of the tour. I can't say much more than that.
Oh, come on, mate.
No, I can't say much more.
Your old mate, Come on.
Old mate. I've known you how long? 13 minutes, is it?
Yeah, we go.
You seem like a top bloke, I got to be honest.
All right.
That's the thing about Aussies. You warm up to I personally warm up to Aussies pretty quickly. I've toured with Aussies once. There's a band called Dawn Heist.
Yeah, I know those guys.
You know those guys? Yeah. Legends. And I toured with those guys in Europe for 3 weeks. And they were like, I was just thanking God they were there, for me. Because it was just like, I've got my Aussie buddies, it's gonna be all right. Yeah, that was a while. That was 2013, I think that. 2013, yeah, way back. To answer your question, yes, it's going to be Neverafter centric. There's not going to be anything else, because I think I'm going up against Be'lakor. It's very much going to be a sort of battle of the bands in my head. Be'lakor, Orpheus Omega, and whoever else. I don't know who else is going to be on the bill, because there might be some local bands I got to start. I got to fight them off as well.
Wild cards, yeah.
It's wild cards. You never know, do you? So, but it's got to be Melodeath. It's got to be kind of that Melodeath edge. So I think Neverafter, bring it out, make it a proper experience for everyone. Lots of synths going on in the background. I can't afford an orchestra, sadly, but I do think it's going to be a really good experience there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like the story concept behind.
Yeah.
So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's about a character. What's her name? Aria? Is it?
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Name? And the music box that her mother left her after she passed away, and then she goes into like the dream world. Is that
that's it? You nailed it.
Hey, I nailed it. I got
good homework, man.
Yeah, I have. I like.
I can see your eyes where you're reading it off the screen there.
You've learned my secrets. I just have my notes. I got my notes here.
Yeah,
you're the first person to pick that up. So
brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Look at you, sleuth. But I mean, to be honest, like, where was I going with that? Because I feel totally exposed now.
No.
Yeah, you know my secrets.
You're a pro. You're a pro. You're telling me you love the concept.
That's right. I do love the concept, and I love the journey that takes you on. Is that something that it's going to translate live? It's a big album, but how can you squeeze that into a set like that?
It's going to be interesting to try and convey that kind of level of emotion and the story live. I'm obviously limited to what I can do with feasible budget and stuff. I'd love to have like all manner of crazy things going on stage. It'd be great. Be great to have like a backdrop with some sort of like story going on, but no, it's going to be the music. I can't imagine there's going to be many people going crazy in the circle pits. It's probably going to be one of those prog kind of fold your arms at the front and really look at my guitar and make sure I'm not playing any wrong notes kind of gigs, which I come to expect, to be honest. But I think I can tell enough of the story with music. The set, I'm really excited about the set list, and I'm really excited about. I did not write this album for the stage, if you know what I mean. Like some songs, some albums, you'll go. I'm thinking, I've got live in mind, and I think this is going to work live. But this album was very much just in my head. Never thought I'd play it live, to be honest with you. Never really thought it would be possible to play it live. And now I'm finding that out the hard way when I'm trying to practice it, and I'm going, there are 18 guitar layers, and each of them are more devilish than the last, and I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I just think it's going to translate so well live. When I stand here and play it, I'm like, hang on a minute, that's going to be explosive. And then with all the backing tracks and everything, it's going to just I think it's going to really lend itself well to the live setting, and not just this kind of odd noise going on in my brain when I wrote the album. So yeah, pretty excited about it.
In all seriousness though, man, like, it's so complex, and it's so much going on, and it's such a beautiful piece of music. Like, you can listen to the odd tracks here and there, but altogether, man, the flow of that thing is just, I love the story that it tells throughout it. You know, looking at expanding that concept.
Yeah, I've been pretty public about it. I'm pretty ADHD when it comes to writing music, so I'm writing many different things at the same time. I think I've got 3 albums on the go now. I think I always seem to have 3, and I kind of rotate the projects around, and I'm always writing something. But that's a great way to fight writer's block, because you never really run out of ideas. You just go, I don't know about that one anymore. Let's try this one, and suddenly you've got ideas for a different one, so it keeps it fresh. Yeah, speaking of ADHD, I think I forgot the question.
That's all right.
I went off. Sequel. You're talking about a sequel, expanding the concept. Yes. Absolutely. I think a lot of people know by now I'm writing a sequel to Neverafter, and some people might be disappointed that that's not going to be the next release. I was just talking about a new album release that's imminent, but that's going to be something a little bit different. But it's going to be absolutely epic as well. But yeah, there's going to be a Neverafter 2 of some description coming soon. Yeah.
What about a visual side to it? Maybe like a graphic novel or anything like that? Are you looking at?
Oh, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Something. Oh, I know, man.
I did have someone contact me. It was like a video game developer, and he was talking about making some kind of. Well, the problem is I didn't really understand what he was talking about, but that might still happen. I just need to actually work out what he's talking about, because it wasn't quite a game, but it was like an interactive musical experience with like CGI and stuff in a game-like way. Yeah. So I'm looking into that. Gosh, I'd love to do that.
Really cool. Because I know that I played this one called it's like the Telltale series, if you've heard of those.
Oh yeah, I think I might have heard of that actually.
It's like the Batman Telltale series, and you go through, and it's like the choose your own adventure book. And it's kind of interactive like that. Yeah, see, that'd
be fantastic. You got me thinking now about a graphic novel or something as well.
Oh man, sign me up! I'm all about it. If you can't tell, I'm one of those 40-year-old virgins that. It's got kids.
That's got kids.
Yeah. Surprise.
How did that happen? Yeah. Wow, that must have been a shock, mate.
Yeah. Well, I'm a grandpa, actually, believe it.
Wow, really?
Yeah. 100%.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats. You're a young grandpa, man.
I am. Yeah.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fantastic.
But
as they say, not here to fuck spiders.
yeah, man, unless they're in a jar, mate.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Don't do that. People out there, do not jar the spiders.
No.
Don't. No. Okay.
No.
But talking about video games, your next solo album. Is very driven by video games or inspired by video games. So and you've got like some dude from Trivium called Matt Heafy or something.
Yeah, I believe it's pronounced Heafy or Heafy.
Heafy. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be I think it might actually be like a Irish descent or some sort of so I think it's Gaelic actually. Yeah.
Oh, well yeah. He sounds like he's got a bright future, that kid.
I think he's going to go far, actually. I do. Yeah, I'll do what I can. I'll take him under my wing, see what we can do for him. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's explain the concept, because you got boss levels.
Yeah. Well, the idea is that there's just so many guests. I think there's, including me. I'm not really a guest, but I think there's 9 of us thrashing away on various instruments. I'm yet to reveal 2 of the guests, so I need to be very careful not to mention who they are. But yeah, there's just everyone from the guy who wrote the Streets of Rage, video game soundtracks, Yuzo Koshiro, he's on there, which for me is a childhood dream to work with him. There's Matt Heafy, he's on there, of course. Lisa X, a couple of Aussie shredders, Paul Wardingham and Stephen Taranto.
Wardingham,
unbelievable. He's on there. Yeah. Forgetting people now. There's so many. I mean, go check out the socials, because there's a poster with all doing a big reveal thing. But yeah, the concept is just making a metal album sound like it could be a video game soundtrack as well. And every level has a guest who's kind of like the boss of that level. And it's just so much fun. So it's never been so fun to write music than right now. Really, it's so rewarding, you know.
Yeah. Well, who was your video? What was who? Let me back that up. I got the Tuesdays here.
That's all good.
So what was your video game of choice? What was the one that sort of dragged you in music for music?
Streets of Rage 1 and 2 were, I mean, unbelievable. Anything on the Sega Mega Drive, anything going back to Sega days. Like, I grew up with a Sega Mega Drive. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, even 3, Sonic and Knuckles. You know, those early 16-bit games were where it was at for me. And then Zelda, any kind of Zelda game. Ocarina of Time is one of the best games ever. Just
the best. Come on.
So
best.
Good. I mean, yes, yeah, absolutely. So music's always been a massive part of my life because it's always been there. You know, I think music is like a sidekick in a video game. You know, if you don't have a player 2 with you, you've got the music. It's always there, and it leaves a massive impact on you. And you might not know it when you're a kid. You might not know it when you're playing the game, but you know that music can take you straight back to that time, can't it? Just like it does with anything in life.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Man, I remember. What was it like back in my day when I was you know, writing dinosaurs?
But you're a grandpa. Yeah, you're probably. But...
I was, you know, there was games like Killer Instinct. I remember CD, and I thought it was the greatest thing. I listened to it a couple of years ago and was like, it doesn't really hold up. But it was like the bad 90s club tunes about, you know, these
filthy.
Yeah, it just, I don't know, but you know, and the Maximum Carnage game. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah,
and it had the MIDI of green jelly.
Yeah,
green jelly.
The scumbag.
Yeah. I used to love it.
But doesn't it just give you such a good feeling when you hear that music again, though? Like nothing else, man.
Best thing in the world. Yeah. But I mean, you compose video games as well.
Yeah, I've done a bit of that as well. I've probably underachieved in that area, but I try to take on a project whenever I can. I did a couple of Aussie games recently, actually. Last year, finished up soundtracks for a game called Brimstone Brawlers. I believe they're the guys from Brisbane, actually.
Yeah, cool.
And a game called Metalheads, which is obviously a bit, you know, so Brimstone Brawlers is very much like a sort of Hans Zimmer soundtrack, and Metalheads was just get the guitar out and playing drop tuning and pretend I'm 16 again, and you know, make some kind of I don't want to say cheesy riffs, but you know, a bit more accessible, mainstream, cool riffs, and just so much fun. That's a guy over in Coffs Harbour who's making that game, and they're both out on Steam. You can check them out. And I've always had an affinity for games and soundtracks, so I try to get as many video game soundtrack jobs as I can, but it's so hard to get those jobs. So difficult.
And I do love your covers too that you've done.
I showed
my boy, he's 5 and he is obsessed.
Well, hang on. We better back up here, because if your boy is 5, then how old is his boy or girl?
No. So I have many children. I have a 22-year-old.
How old are you? You look about 22 yourself.
Oh, mate, I love you.
You look younger than me.
Oh, thank you. It's all the lighting. So if I took this filter off, you'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah, it probably is the filter, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it's just
look at the lighting in here. Like, I look all right there, but if I lean back into that.
See, guys, I'm at least 72, my man.
You could be, to be honest. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, I can see it now. It's the filter there.
I take that back. But I've got a 22-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old, and then there's my granddaughter. But anyway, my 5-year-old son is just obsessed with Mario and Lego.
Oh yeah,
Marvel, everything. and I showed him your cover of Rainbow Road.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck? He didn't say that, but
no,
he'd say swear word the other day. But he was very impressed. He thought that was the coolest shit in the world, and then was like, can you do that? And I was like, no. He's like, you're not my dad anymore. So, but
oh, dear.
But you know, those things are pretty fun to watch. Do you enjoy challenging yourself doing those covers?
Yeah, I'd still be doing them if I hadn't made the horrible decision of trying to make my own original music. I think I could have really hit it big time. Back in 2006, I think I started YouTube. It just come out, and I was doing video game covers, and they were like racking up 100,000 views back then, like pretty quickly. And I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was pretty good, probably, but if I'd known now, like if I'd known then what I know now, which is that you can actually make a living from YouTube, I would never have stopped doing those covers. But it's just a time thing. I don't have time because I write so much original music, which it's what I always wanted to do, and that's, you know. But at the same time, I'm thinking, God, can you imagine if I'd just done the bedroom guitarist thing my whole life and done those covers continued? I could be the guy. I don't think there was really many of us doing that at the time. So it's pretty special to look back on. I think Streets of Rage one has almost 200,000 views, and that was like 14 years ago. Why didn't I carry on with that? But I just don't have time when I'm in bands and stuff. And
well, I mean, you know, you're a busy dude, but I mean, you're also very fan interactive with, you know, your Patreon. There was that thing you did with the collabs.
Yeah, so fun.
That was incredible, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. So much fun. So a lot of work to project manage that. Because there's like, let's write a song interactively on a stream. Great, it's done. Who wants to be on it? 33 people. All right. Who's doing what? One at a time. Shit. We need a spreadsheet. And then it was like, we had people just blowing a beer bottle, or we had a baby doing some kind of drumming solo thing. And I wanted it to be as interactive as possible. So I was just so happy to have as many people on there as possible. But it was, you know, then you've got to edit the video, and then it just got a bit out of hand. But so rewarding at the end. Would it, you know? Yeah.
It came out incredible. But I mean, you'd probably be seeing heaps of other, you know, musicians, guitarists, you know, with the TikTok and Instagram stuff now. You know, I'll just go on and there'll be people popping up, you know, of all ages, you know, just shredders. Are you finding players yourself that, you know, maybe you're drawing a little bit of influence from or inspiration from?
You mean younger than me? Like,
because you're like 13. So,
well, no.
Oh, that was 13. No, but you know, no, just in general, man. You know, the wide world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm blown away when I go on social media now, because it's like the Olympics. Instagram's like the Olympics for guitarists, and I'm nowhere near the podium anymore. Like, I never was really, but like, I mean, it's interesting you asked this question, because I could go on and on about this. And it's like, you know, people thought that Jimi Hendrix was the best guitarist, and so, you know, obviously a lot of people still do, and they don't necessarily listen to, you know, really difficult, intricate technical guitar stuff. So they're none the wiser. They think Eric Clapton is the best. And then, but back then, you know, of course they're not anywhere near as technical. But back then, maybe let's talk about Jimi Hendrix. Like, he was doing things that no one was doing, but everyone imitates that, and it evolves, and then it evolves again every decade. And then it kind of gets to, like, you know, you have these hidden gems like Jason Becker and the Shrapnel Records guys in the 80s. And obviously they were absolutely out of their mind players. And then you get to, like, you know, but not many people really knew about them, but still you can go on the internet, you know, like when I was a kid, when I was like 16, 15, 14, 16, whatever, in my teens, I was going on the internet, I was finding these insane players, and I was learning from them, right? And then that bar is just constantly being raised. So now we're at the point where what I was doing at 16, you've got 4-year-olds doing it. It's just the norm to be. It's insane. I mean, it's out of control, and I think it's great. I'm not one of those like angry rock dads who's just like, oh, you got to play fucking one note, otherwise you got to play it with feeling and all this stuff. It's like, well, there's some seriously insanely talented people out there now.
Yeah, man.
You know, if you can take inspiration from anywhere as well. So it's just, yeah, I'm terrified. I'm as equally terrified of the new generation of guitarists as I am in awe of them. But where I don't need to be intimidated, where I've never really understood when people get intimidated by this upcoming talent of youngsters, is like, tell your own story. You know, no one is ever going to play the way I do. It sounds arrogant when I say that, but like, I mean that for you too, or anyone. Like any guitarist can tell their story. They will write songs differently. I think songwriting is so much more valuable these days than just shredding like a maniac. So if you can find your own voice and know how to write music, then you really have it all, and you can just tell your story. No one will ever do it like you. That's all you need. So
I like that. That's a good,
100%.
That's true. But what about clinics and stuff like that? Are you thinking about maybe doing a little bit of a travel around?
Yeah, I've been thinking about going to some Alcohol Anonymous clinics to try and kick the habit.
That's good. Well, you could do a clinic in a clinic, I guess.
I could do, yeah. I could do that. That'd be crazy.
Inception. But,
yeah, but we'd all be drinking just bottled water, and it would be very kind of tame. No, clinic. It's interesting when you say that, clinics, and I don't know. I would, I guess, if I was invited and I felt like I could do it, but I just, I don't know. There's a weird thing where I kind of feel like, am I really worthy of that? Sounds weird, but like, I guess I would probably rather talk about songwriting than just playing guitar. Because I've been to clinics where you got the crazy shredder who's just like shredding, and it's like, it's kind of, like, you're good, but what can you really teach me, you know, in this audience? By playing really fast? I'm not going to learn anything from you, really. But I think where I stand out is songwriting, and being able to offer insight into how I approach songwriting, things like that is much more valuable. So maybe in that sense, I could do it. But I don't think I'd be interested in just sitting there playing, trying to impress people with my playing, because I don't think my playing's that impressive, really. Yeah, I mean, not compared to some people. Yeah.
Oh, dude. So, I mean, you got this awesome tour coming up, you know, album number 2. What else? What else is cooking up behind the scenes that you're going to tell me? Because we're mates.
Oh, Nev. Look, I don't know how much I can tell you. I'm planning a tutorial, everything. Yeah, I'm planning a big for the first time, like a big proper tutorial course, which I've been planning for a while now. I may be flying over to LA to film that with some friends who are a lot higher up in the industry than I am, who are wanting to collab on that. So hopefully we can create like a masterclass, again, songwriting or maybe even just orchestral stuff to do with metal. So like how to orchestrate metal or whatever, something similar to that, which I think a lot of people would be interested in learning. So that's a big project, big undertaking. And then got, like I said, the 3 albums I'm constantly rotating. The new album that's coming up soon, still a few things to do with that.
What's it called?
And yeah, you're not going to catch me. I almost, I'm so tired this evening that I thought, you know, there's a chance I'm going to slip up here.
Knifey Spoony before.
Yeah, no, I can't. Look, honestly, that's going to be revealed. I can tell you it's going to be revealed in the next week. You know.
Oh, okay.
So it's really close to kicking this off now.
Right. Your
secrets. Yeah. Love it,
mate. I got Zooms yelling at me. God, you got 4 minutes, mate. I hate it how it does that now. What's it? It gives its hands. Look, the hands are there now. It's
the hand. We can do the hand thing. No one's going to understand the hand when we talk about that hand. That weird. It's that weird cursor hand thing. I just don't like it.
I don't want to click on it in case it flips everything backwards. But
no, it's not.
Mate, it has been awesome hanging out with you tonight on this Tuesday night, talking about spiders and jars and music. I'm going to hold you to that one. I want to say.
Yeah.
So, but in the meantime,
I'll vlog it.
We'll have all the links down here to the tour dates, and of course, we look forward to the news of this album that's coming out. You're not telling me the name, so mate, take care of yourself.
Nev, I'll text you after, mate. We go back, so I'll let you know. All right.
I know it's been like 40 minutes now.
It's been at least something like that. Good memories, mate.